This is Kamal Saleem with Kuhn Ministries. I learned about the Oak Initiative last year, and I was privileged to come and to be part of this Oak Initiative, and that's when I met Rick Joyner for the first time. And after my initial meeting here, my heart was on fire for the ministry. We do have a ministry. It's called Kuhn Ministry, which is Arise, and it means it's really to arise the church, just like according to the Bible, when Jesus stood before Lazarus' graveyard, he said, "Lazarus, come, arise." And our job is to arise the church, wake up the church, and bring them to the understanding, the pending radical Islamists, that they're coming to change our world. But through my travel and my speaking, universities, churches, synagogues, government places, military installation, I found that there's nobody minding the wall, nobody standing on the wall to watch for this country. But when I came here, I was so impacted, by Oak Initiative, and my heart was there from that time. And this is why I'm here today to support the Oak Initiative itself, knowing that the principles that they lead by are Christ-like principles. Everything is based on the love of God and reaching out at, darkness that nobody touched them, and today they are hungry and starved for the word, and they have no idea what to do, but yet they're coming against us to destroy us. I want to speak about the ugly truth and the beautiful truth. The ugly truth is we are under invasion. This invasion is a cancer, is an attack, is an Islamist invasion. First, the Muslim, they had the first jihad, which is #1, when Muhammad came about and took over the Arabian Peninsula. Then the second jihad, which is when he came and took, when his khalifas, his followers, took over the European continent all the way to Russia and China. And today, the Muslim are marching. It's called the March of the Giants. In the book of Numbers, you can find over there that when Joshua and Caleb went to spy on the giants, those giants, they were massive, they were big, and they were devouring human flesh and enslaving humanity. And when they came with the news, they knew at that time, the two of them, Joshua and Caleb, that God has given them the land and to fight for this, while the other 10 spies didn't do anything. These giants today, after they've been slain, they are marching back to take over the whole world. Today we are facing the third jihad, which is the Grand Jihad. The Grand Jihad, which is where the Quran promises and swore that the whole world will be possessed by Islamic theology and ideology under Sharia law. In Arabic, we call it Ummah, one world order under Allah. Ummah must be accomplished. Today, the world invasion of Europe and Africa, the whole world is taking place. 97% of the world issues are Islamic. And they are marching into the United States because the United States stood for truth and power. The Oak Initiative today speak about those truths and educate people and reach out to people how to stand for truth and how to deal and communicate about all those level of issues. Our country today, we are facing those giants. They are on every level in our home. From government, they are lobbying our government. And there are in the places like media, they're controlling media, like, for example, Fox News bought by 10%. And, Forbes magazine nearly 6%. And ABC, NBC, CBS, all of them, media today is standing with the Muslim, socializing our culture against America. Islamization means socialization. Anytime when you look at the coin, Islam is the first phase, the second one is socialism. These goes together. So when our nation is changed, it's a perfect atmosphere for Islam. With this, then you have the education system. Now all our Ivy League universities are getting huge grants funded by Islamic Saudi Arabia. They are giving huge grant to bring about Islamic centers to the United States of America, which is they can teach the American children as they come to university, graduate from high school, they can take them right there and change them, give them new ideology, which is bring about Islamization. Professors are being paid and used just like the media, and it's happening all over our world, in the United States of America. And then you look at the high school and middle schools today, they have curriculum that it's about 8 hours, which is it's a mandate that everyone will have to take it. And even the families of the pupil, they will never find out about this curriculum because it is taught in school without anybody's understanding. Then the invasion level to our corporate USA, our corporation being bought, one after the other, and this is really they trying to subdue and bring about halting of our world economic. It is assigned to really control the world economic. Prince bin Talal, which is of Saudi Arabia today, he is buying everything in the United States of America that he can control in high stocks. On this level now, this is where the Oak Initiative comes in. We need you to step out there with us, and it's a call to action. It's a call to action. We're coming to the place that if we stand up, if we don't wake up and smell the hummus, then we're going to have to eat the hummus every day of our life. We either stand up and be free, or we can sell our freedom right now and be enslaved to people that they never labored for this country. While America is sleeping, the Islamists are working round the clock. Today, you might find, some says I'm moderate, some says I'm radical, but in all, they are Muslim. Their Islamic religion is the controlling power. At Qum Ministries and the Oak Initiative, as I saw this, our call is really not against the Muslim. The Muslim are part of our call. They are our people, and because God died for them too, and He loves them, we're against Islam itself. Islam is the issue that we're dealing with in here. The second part is our land right now, the invasion, like the mosques. Every 5.5 days is a new mosque is open in the United States of America. There's nearly 3,000 mosques in the United States. They're happening radically. For example, some of the best mosques that they bought in here, they're former churches like Billy Graham Church in North Carolina. It's been bought and converted to mosque. And their heart desire, to take those, even the Christian university, and turn them to Islamic Center or Islamic University. This is just like what they did in Turkey, what they did in Spain, what they did in many different places. Today we are faced with what's so-called the Cordoba Initiative. The Cordoba Initiative, Imam Faisal Abdul Rauf, he is the one who is building $10 million mosque on Ground Zero, which is Ground Zero Mosque. He has established, and put a book out there, wrote it for America, but yet he changed the name for the book himself, and he said the call of Islam from the rebel of Ground Zero. And it is really not what you hear in the Muslims saying. In English, it's what they say in Arabic when you're not hearing them. So this is the things that we have to understand. Then again, we come here to say it is for freedom I have set you free. And here, knowledge is very, very, very important. You could not fight UFO unless you understand what the UFO is all about. You could not fight cancer just sitting and saying what I'm going to have to do. You have to become you have to come to understand what we're dealing with, because these mosques and what so have you and what they do, when a mosque is open, it's a 40 block, now it's holy anointed. A mosque is an embassy of Islam, because Islam is not a country, it's a nation. And when you say nation of Islam today, you're looking at 1.5 billion. 18 to 22% of 1.5 billion are radical, according to world statistics. According to statistics, when they are 2%, they are very conservative and they're very, humble and very nice. When they reach 6%, they start causing issues and they start fighting for Islam. When they reach 10%, they start rioting and start to change the atmosphere and the culture. This is already, we only have nearly 9 million Muslim in the United States of America, American and non-American, coming all together. And now they are resurrecting, you know, these towers, which is many times you have 6 and 7 and 16 and 18 people coming to be built in an area where there's no Muslim. But what happened when the mosque is built, now the settling comes about. It's called, they come as a settler. They come and inhabit the land, and they move into the land, and they start propagating the land, and they start calling for their supermarket, for their sheriffs, for their Sharia law. Sharia law is ultimately the ultimate darkness, and that's what we have to fight. Sharia law is, it comes from two components. The first component is the Holy Quran, the Islamic Quran, and the second part is from the Hadith. The Quran is the mandate given from Allah to Muhammad, and the Hadith is the life and the commandment of Muhammad, how he lived, his biography basically. These together create Sharia law, and it has over 6,000 levels of Hadith, which is individual Hadith. And with this, Islam in Sharia law, it tells you it has every component of a government, like it has military, economic, education, civic, you know, all of them. The highest level is the religion. Islam is really not a religion, it's a government by itself. When it goes to a place, it literally take over the place and invade the place. It octopus itself. And when people don't know how to deal with this, many times they find themselves, the Trojan horse opened up and took over the area, and now your world is completely gone and defeated. In Sharia law by itself, Sharia law teaches the Muslim how to eat, how to drink, how to sleep, how to kill, how to blow their nose, how to cut their nails, how to get married, how to get to the bathroom. It tells them everything. In Islam, you have no idea or no individuality. Everything is given to you. In Islam, you are told how to live your life. So basically, Islam means slavery. It's a complete submission from yourself to be enslaved by a religion that telling you everything how to live your life. For example, in the Holy Quran itself, the Muslim book, the woman has no value. For example, it says, if your wife disobey you, beat her up until she comes to submission. On the second hand, it says the fuel of hell, hell itself, where people go for punishment, is made out of women. The Muslim paradise is made specifically for men. It's not made for women. In paradise, the man gets virgin women. He gets food, sex, and rivers of wine, and what so have you. Basically, the paradise, the heaven that they have over there, a woman gets nothing but her husband. So, for example, if a man, the only way in Islam you can go to heaven is to die in martyrism. That's the only way you can go without judgment. The other way is you have to be judged. Islam is based on work. So basically your work will make place for you in Islam. That's why many Muslims are dying, trying to die in martyrism to go to heaven, to paradise. What happened? The first things when you die as a martyr, the first drop of blood, you become an intercessor for immediate 70 of your family. The second drop of blood, you get 72 virgin. With every virgin, you get 72 virgin. So basically, these are virgin women. You sleep with them one night. The second day, you wake up, and all of them are virgin again. And there's fly in bed, there's fruit, there is young men reclining naked, they have not received puberty. You know, all this is part of anything is forbidden on earth is legal in paradise. So we're dealing with a religion right now that is trying to justify them to make their way to heaven, and America is in a way. And America is the land that fought for many nations. When you go all over the world, in different cemeteries, in different places, Europe, Mideast, you find American graveyards. And our heritage goes all over the world. And there is we heard time and time again, the Muslim heritage in the United States of America. Yes, there is Muslim heritage. In Jefferson days, when they were killing people right there by the Mediterranean Sea. That's the first level. And Jefferson had to study the Quran and understand Islam so he can defeat the piracy of the Muslim. And the second one, it goes on from the attacks on several embassies, American embassy, the attack on our ships in Yemen, the 9/11. This is Islamic heritage in the United States of America.